I completely misunderstood Stardew Valley. Let me explain. When I first decided to try out Stardew Valley, I did some basic research and I was immediately bombarded with complex farms like this. Although it was a bit overwhelming to look at first, I'm not one to judge a game by its case, so I made my mind up to buy the game and decided I would give it a completely fair try. I mean, there had to be a reason it was 16 on the Steam chart. Somebody's playing this game, it's gotta be good. Originally, the game seemed like an all-out farm grinding game, and to be honest, when I first jumped into it, that's exactly what it felt like because I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. Thankfully, I decided to stream my first playthrough on Twitch, and with the help of a few friendly chatters, I began to realize the absolute depthness of this game. My first major breakthrough outside of farming was fishing. So I bought my very first fishing pole the very second I got a letter in the mail letting me know I could purchase one from the old man at the beach. The only pole I could buy was a bamboo pole, and this thing just plain out sucked. There's no other way to put it. I still enjoyed the fishing minigame, so with no clue what else I should be doing in the actual game, I fished just long enough to give me my first level up. Level ups in this game give you XP in different categories, such as fishing, mining, and even a combat category. Doing said things like fishing for the fishing category gives you XP in that category. So every time I go fishing, I level up some of my fishing. Every time I go mining, I level up some of my mining. The levels just by themselves add so many options for early gameplay and different possibilities, and it just opens up the door for so many speedrun challenges. And then I learned about the community center, which talk about speedrun challenges. The community center, you have to complete challenges for the community center by collecting items across every division of the game. Not only gives you a great rewards as you're unlocking the challenges, but it literally unlocks new expansions and in-game content that just feel like complimentary DLCs. Now, trying to complete all the challenges for the community center can be a daunting task, and I know that there's actual challenges for completing it in your first year, so right there just adds more depthness to the game. But as well as being a fun challenge, the community center forces you to go and experience all sections of the game by collecting from every season and every area, like collecting a winter fish or collecting a spring onion. It has you do stuff across every division and time frame of the game, which just, once again, I'm going to reuse this word a lot this video, it just unlocks so much depthness. And with the community center and seasons, it leads us into this perfect segue of, wait, does anyone know why it's called a segue? Like, why does segue mean anyway? If you guys are enjoying this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe and comment down below why we use the word segue for transition, because now I'm a little confused. Anyway, back to the seasons. Seasons in this game are 28 in-game days, so about 5 hours of playtime in real life. Each season brings with it different crops, some of which can only be grown in those certain seasons and will die as soon as it goes to the next season. The shops will also change their inventory to account for the seasons, as well as the forgeable plants that are just laying on the ground around the map. The change of this season in this game is truly beautiful, specifically fall and winter when it comes to beauty. The leaves change on the trees just like fall would in real life. The music to go with it is absolutely beautiful. Fall truly is a wonderful season. But my favorite is winter. The snow all over the map is absolutely blissful. It's beautiful. And you can't really do a lot of cropping and a lot of farming in the winter. There's not a lot of seeds that you can buy, so it gives you a perfect time to go mining. And mining is not only necessary, but it's so much fun. Every about 10 or 15 or even 20 levels that you go down, the actual cave biome changes. You go from just a regular cave biome to all of a sudden a slimy cave biome, and then to a snow one, and now you're in a dark one. And there's so many different types of levels in the mine. And each type of level brings with it different mobs with different drop loot, different powers, and absolute depthness to the mining section. I mean, there's so many different swords, there's so much different armor. This is supposed to be a farming game. I didn't even know there was swords and armor in this, and it's just bombarding me with so much cool stuff. And when I say bombarding, I don't mean in an overwhelming way. It was just loading me down with so much fun stuff, different swords, different mallets, different. I had a slingshot that I was able to use. It sucked, but I had a slingshot I was able to use, and that just brings me excitement. There's something about the way that these game developers connected caving and luck that just go right together. Everything about the caving experience feels great, even though it's a farming game and it's not supposed to be a caving game.
Now, there's another part of this game that I'm a little less experienced in, and that's relationships. Although I didn't get too deep in the relationship aspect part of it, just to not really being interested in it. And this isn't just marital relationships, it's just friendly relationships as well. But there are a lot of people who have a lot of good things to say about relationships in this game, and more importantly, good relationships with certain characters in Stardew Valley will give you access to certain items that you just can't get elsewhere. And relationships are just fun and entertaining ways to mix up every aspect of your gameplay, as well as adding so much replayability. Last but not least, my biggest misunderstanding about Stardew Valley was the absolute freedom you have while playing this game. The randomness in this game and the infinite freedom it gives you makes this game one of the most replayable games in existence, aside from maybe Minecraft. You could literally make a challenge to play the game twice and try your absolute hardest to keep those two gameplays as similar as possible, and you would fail epically. It's absolutely impossible to predict any part of this game and keep it under your control completely. There is so much more to this game that I either couldn't fit in this video or haven't figured out yet. There are seasonal festivals, side quests for gold, and so many areas of the map that would be missed if you don't give this game a full chance. The game does not hold your hand by any means through your first playthrough either, so I already know there must be at least 1 million people who played Stardew Valley for a few hours, didn't understand it, and just gave up. And if you're one of those people, my advice to you is to pick it back up. Give it a shot. If you get confused, just look it up. The Stardew Valley wiki is just as deep as the in-game content itself. And if you really want, try streaming it on Twitch or YouTube. The Stardew Valley community is absolutely massive and it's continuing to grow to this day, and they're always around when they sense a new player needing help. Whatever you do, just don't give up early. So when you finally pick it back up, or if it's going to be your first time playing it, when you finally buy it and get on the game, just any questions you have, leave them in the comments of this video, and a Stardew Valley player will be around fast enough to come get you and save you. I wish you the absolute bestest of luck, and goodbye. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.